Namaste, this is Samta Auntie. In this video, we are going to practice the Hindi words for sweet and spicy. Sweet is meetha and spicy is mirchi. Let's do those again. Sweet is meetha and spicy is mirchi. So let's do some practice problems to see if we can remember these. So what are cookies? Are they meetha or mirchi? Well, cookies are sweet, so they will be meetha. And what about laddus? Are they meetha or mirchi? They are meetha. Now, one thing I want you to notice is that see the H, the letter H after the T? That is important for us to practice good pronunciation. So listen to how I say this word, meetha, meetha. I'm not saying meeta, I'm saying meetha. So do you hear me kind of inserting an H sound, a H, after the T? That's important for good pronunciation. We say meetha, meetha. What are donuts? Meetha or mirchi? Donuts are sweet, right? So they are meetha. And what about cake? Is cake meetha or mirchi? Cake is sweet, so it will be meetha. And what about cake pops? Well, cake pops and cake are probably pretty similar, right? Gonna both be sweet. So again, meetha. And what about these spicy noodles? Well, I kind of gave it away, right? They're spicy noodles. So are they meetha or mirchi? Well, they're spicy, so they are mirchi. And what about this chili? These chilies, are they meetha or mirchi? They're gonna be mirchi. And what about the hot sauce? Do you think it's meetha or mirchi? It's hot sauce, so it's probably going to be mirchi. And what about these chili peppers? Do you think they're meetha or mirchi? Well, they're probably spicy, so they're probably mirchi. And what about this spicy rice? Spicy rice, do you think it's meetha or mirchi? It's spicy, so mirchi. Now, let's mix up the problems. Now that you've learned the words, let's mix up the problems to see if you remember them. So what is cake? Meetha or mirchi? Meetha. And what about the spicy rice? What was the Hindi word for spicy? Mirchi. And what about the cake pops? What was the Hindi word for sweet? Meetha. And what about the spicy noodles? What was the Hindi word for spicy? Mirchi. And what about the sweet donuts? What was the Hindi word for sweet? Meetha. And what about the hot sauce? What was the Hindi word for spicy? Mirchi. And what about the cake? What was the Hindi word for sweet? Meetha. And the Hindi word for spicy, these are chili peppers, so they're spicy. What was the Hindi word for spicy? Mirchi. And what about this sweet bread? The sweet bread is meetha. So how would we say the bread is sweet? Well, first of all, for bread, we can just say bread. And then what was the Hindi word for sweet? Meetha. And then what is the word that we use to end a lot of Hindi sentences with when we want to say is or are? Hai. So to say the bread is sweet, we say bread meetha hai. Bread meetha hai. All right, what about the dal? What if we wanted to say the dal is spicy? Dal mirchi hai. Dal mirchi hai. What about the cake is sweet? Cake meetha hai. Cake meetha hai. What about the samosas are spicy? Samosa mirchi hai. Samosa mirchi hai. What about the donuts are sweet? Donut meetha hai. Donut meetha hai. What about the sabzi is spicy? Sabzi mirchi hai. Sabzi mirchi hai. All right, now let's learn a couple of other words. Acha, this is a word you've heard before. Acha means good. So if we wanted to say the sabzi is good, we would say, or if we want sabzi or paneer, paneer acha hai. Paneer acha hai. What about the dosa is good? Dosa acha hai. Dosa acha hai. What about the aloo parathas are good? Aloo parantha acha hai. Aloo parantha acha hai. What about the dal is good? Dal acha hai. Dal acha hai. What about the food is good? Khana acha hai. Khana acha hai. Now let's learn another word that will knock the socks off of your aunts and uncles and your parents if you say this to them. The Hindi word is delicious, and we say swadisht. Again, swadisht. So if we wanted to say the paneer is delicious, paneer swadisht hai. Paneer swadisht hai. Dosa is delicious. Dosa swadisht hai. Dosa swadisht hai. What about the aloo paranthas are delicious? Aloo parantha swadisht hai. Aloo parantha swadisht hai. What about the dal is delicious? Dal swadisht hai. Dal swadisht hai. What about the food is delicious? Khana swadisht hai. Khana swadisht hai.